It may not. They may. Oh, it's live. Okay, so it looks like we're back on live. The lighting is crazy. Okay. All right, so we're live on YouTube again, and we're live here. Let's see how long this lasts. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So, family, let's get to the next phone call. We have 615. Remember, the number is. Can you guys see me? Okay. Hold on. Hold on, family. I'm trying to fix the camera so it's appropriate. All right, this is as good as it gets. Okay, I think they can see me. Okay, so we've got our family on YouTube and we've got our family on FB. Okay, so hopefully everybody's in. So let's take our next caller, 615-5561. See, I came in with fire and I was blowing spots. I messed up the whole live stream. That was my fault. Oh, 615-5561. You're on the line with Fleur Broom. Peace, family.
Peace and love, Fleur Brown. This is another Red Running Wood. I talked to you, I guess it was a week or so ago, and you saw my ancestor. Okay, and I told you about the wolf thicknesses just kept coming up on me. It was kind of like, pushing me away from, being powerful, doing the things that I normally do with healing and the different things, kind of like keeping me, locked down. And doing that lunar eclipse thing, okay, when that happened, it looks like everybody in the house got disrupted.
Yes.
And it seemed like everybody, they already know, my children, my husband, they already know everything about me. They know, and because I've never kept anything secret from them. I shared all that with you. I don't know if you remember because you talked to so many people.
Yes.
But my ancestor appeared in your living room. While you were on the phone with me, and you gave me the message about putting my hands in the warm water.
Yes, yes, oh my God, yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, and it worked, and it's like I have my ancestor is just sitting constantly in the same spot, watching over me when I'm sleeping. I wake up, it's just a common thing, it's getting to be a common thing to expect to be able to communicate with her, because in a while, for a time, I did not understand what I was hearing because of all the ringing in my ear. But now I'm starting to decipher and understand what I'm hearing. Okay, and it just disrupted my house. So it came to me in the middle of the night and said, you have to sit your family down, your husband, your children down, and explain to them exactly who you are. You have to tell them who you are. He says, yes, these forces are coming down. The Dr. Ball is coming down.
Yes.
He said, but it's after they sent an attack on you guys. He said, but it's nothing that we have not covered you. You all are covered. You are protected. And I knew that. So I did. I sit my family down and I told them some things, from the age of 6 that, I would never tell anybody. It's kind of been like my little secret. But my mother always knew, and she explained to me that I was different.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did the hand washing thing and all that. I got better and everything. And
good.
Then here they come messing with my family. And after that happened, like the sister was saying a few minutes ago about her daughter.
Yeah.
And that, I was, that little, I wrote down the word at this prayer where you gave us at one time. I wouldn't call it a prayer. I don't know what you call it. When we're talking to, you're talking to the mother, talking to the mother, the father, to protect us. And,
yes.
I went through that and I had my children to go through that and to read that and recite that every freaking day. And don't you know those dark forces are leaving?
Good. Oh my gosh, so it worked.
And they're leaving. So I don't know who's listening, but because sometimes if they can't get to us because they know our strength, they're trying ones that's vibrating the Lord is close to you because they know that's going to affect you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What you had us reciting is very, very powerful. And I just had to say thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Because it is very powerful. So now everyone in this house, they recite that.
My pleasure.
And it works.
Good.
It works.
Good. I love that.
It works. So
you see, the collective mind comes together.
I really do appreciate you.
Aw.
I appreciate you a lot.
I
Because, I mean, I knew it was something. I knew it was something with me, and I just couldn't put my hands on it. All the stuff about being Cherokee and all this, but that was as far as I could go back.
yes.
That was as far as I could go back is my mother being a Cherokee. But
Yes.
then after I started doing my research and everything, I said, oh, okay. And, and then the more research I did, the more help I had, with the Palladians, I had a lot of
Absolutely.
help.
Absolutely.
And so I could go, yeah, I see, I'm seeing a lot of things, and I'm able to tell what's not right and what is right.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much
Oh, my
for
pleasure.
giving me the information and know that I have the power to let those forces know there's nothing you can do that I don't allow you. And
Absolutely. No being has
so
higher
I
dominion.
really appreciate
Yes.
that.
No being has higher dominion over you other than yourself. And if we know this and we own this, then we give zero power to ever do anything that is not necessary, that we have not given permission either on a higher level or in this mundane matrix level. So you realize that, and that's why they have left. Elvis has left the building. Oh, I'm grateful. I'm so happy to hear that.
Thank you.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
And we got confirmation, and they gave me confirmation that it won't be long before we start to clean up the planet.
I love it. I accept.
After the little flood, they said they told me that that Atlantis was rising,
Yes.
and that's going to cause that flood in New York and all those places. And they said after that flood, so that's it. Said that we will not have to deal with anything else. They're very upset because they're having to leave.
Of course.
They said so we began to start to repair the planet before long.
Absolutely. I accept. I accept that message. Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you because I was so afraid for so long. I was dealing with this stuff for so long, ever since I was like 3 years old, and I would never be alone, never be in the house alone.
Yeah.
I sit in the driveway until another car come up and did come in the house. That went on for a long time. I'm 63 years old, and I called my tribe. I said, look, I'm ready to leave here, and then as I was getting ready to say, okay, I'm going to be with the rest of my tribe, then my ancestor appeared in this stage. It says, no, I'm watching over you. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And then she went on to explain to me, what was going on in the universe. I mean, broke it down in a way that I'm like, okay, what does the Atlantis have to do with anything? What is that lunar eclipse have to do with anything? She broke everything down, and I mean, I understood it clearly. And believe me, the ringing in my ears is nothing like they were. They stopped.
That's right.
A lot. Then when I get off doing other things, it starts back. And I know it's time for me to get off to listen. So we're some powerful people.
Absolutely, and you accept that.
I know you're powerful because I have felt your presence with these. I felt your presence with these chemtrails. I felt because I work on that stuff.
Good.
And I just have to say, wow, we have some powerful people.
We're here to clean up the planet. We're her stewards to Mother Gaia, Mother Tiamat, and she overstands that. And we have been given rite of passage to do what's necessary to do so. So I think this is a testament that you're awakening to who you really are, to your divine power that you've always had. It's almost like, remember The Wiz? Remember The Wiz? And at the end, or The Wizard of Oz, and at the end, Glinda says, right? Glinda says, the Good Witch says, you always had the power to leave Oz. You always were able to leave. You had to go through the adventure. That was your choice. But you could have simply left from the very beginning, right? So you always have the power to do everything. I love it. I love it. I'm enjoying.
I didn't know what the power. I had no idea what the power was.
That's right.
I didn't know why I was so different. I was like, okay, and I'm sick. My mother was telling me, so you're not like everyone else. You're not like everyone else. You can't do that. You can't do that. I'm like, okay, what is it she's not telling me about myself? I checked myself to see if I had sickle cell. I didn't have that.
No.
I went through some things, but but it was so weird how different ones would come and say, well, tell me this and tell me that, and when people run to me with their problems, and say, fix this. I didn't think it was anything unusual. I thought it was something that everyone did.
Yes. No, you're special. No, you're special. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you're unique. That's the one thing that this environment does not really like for us to acknowledge. Uniqueness allows for us to live in our divine state of character without trying to change it or morph it or apologize for it. It's okay to be a really, really beautiful, melanated girl who loves herself, who feels herself, who dresses with sometimes blonde wigs. It's okay for her to be herself. She's funky. She's unique. There's nothing wrong with that, but society will make her feel like she's lesser. Society will tell her she's supposed to change and lighten her skin. Society tell her she's less pretty. It's not true. She's beautiful because the way that she came in is exactly the way she was meant to be. And if we start to accept our power and our divinity and our uniqueness, we will accept others for those same beautiful, unique qualities. I'm okay looking at somebody with beautiful blue eyes. It does not make my brown eyes any less. I love my chocolate chip eyes. I love when I look at the live screen, I see my father's eyes. My father passed away. And for the first time, I see my father and myself when I look at my live streams. I finally see my daddy. And I'm grateful for that. So why would I dislike someone else for having beautiful blue eyes when I so love and appreciate my father's chocolate chip eyes? That's what I'm saying. Uniqueness is beautiful, and it should be admired, and it should be perpetuated, and it should be, something that we keep. This environment will have everybody wanting to be Nicki Minaj. Everybody has to look the same. Everybody has to get the same butt. Everybody has to get the same lips. It's not natural. No. No.
Yeah, I wash feathers. I'm a realtor, and I wash my feathers when I go into the office.
Oh, I love it.
And and a lot of them are like, but your father was African American. I said, no, my father was not African American. I said, my father was also an indigenous Aborigine. And now they want me to tell them about who they are. I showed them a lot of love. So now they're like, okay, can you help me with this? And can you help me with that? And, I said, well, okay, like you have red hair and dope features of this. And I have to check out who they are. So now they're becoming more accepting of me and my feathers. And
absolutely.
But, I really don't care because I love everybody. I love people that are pure in heart and that are righteous. And that's just the way I am. I don't have any discrimination against anyone.
What would be the service? Yeah, what would be the absolutely? But it's only a disservice to one person because how you treat another is your karma. People must understand that. Your karma is what you do. So to harm or feel angst or to discredit someone or to abuse someone or to mistreat someone or to have prejudice is only to do that to yourself, and it may not show up in you. It may show up in what people do to your children. So I always say, why bother? Just love who you are. Listen, I am not small. Yes, I am thickums. Look at me, I'm wearing an ET. Look at me, I'm wearing a UFO top. Do you think I care if anyone thinks I'm weird? I'm okay with it. If they're gonna say I'm the I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate it. And that, when I was young and I was geeky.
And that's because you're comfortable in your skin.
I'm fine.
You're happy with yourself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to change for anything.
Absolutely. And I have to thank, big up some rest in peace, my daddy. I thank my daddy that I'm okay to be this way. My daddy let me, he loved me no matter what. And he told me how special I was even when children teased me. He made me feel I was loved when my husband mistreated me. I always felt loved, and I have to give my daddy Rest in peace. He just passed away last year. He transitioned, but he instilled that in me. And to this day, I'm okay to be a chunky girl wearing UFO tops, talking on YouTube. So big up to Daddy.
He loves his legacy. I know.
He did.
I know he's enjoying his legacy.
He is.
Because you're it.
I am. I have my daddy's chocolate chip eyes, and I'm reminded of it every time I look in the mirror. So I'm grateful. All right, C-Star.
So we're grateful for you too.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, peace, C-Star.
Peace and love.
Peace. Absolutely. I'm a geek and I'm proud of it. And I eat snacks. Listen, you know how many people tell me, why am I eating? I eat because this is what I want to do. And I'm not hiding it from you. I drink coffee. I have weird tools in my house that I like to play with, swords and what have you. And I like to I like to do other things. But anyway, this is not Flirting After Dark. Let's keep it moving. 615-5561. You're on the line with Flirtboom. Peace, family. Check on in. 615-5561. 615. You might have your phone on mute. Sounds like you have it on mute. 615-5561. You're on the line. Going once. Sometimes I get to their call and they're like, they've like gone to wash dishes or something, so they don't hear me. 615.
No, that's me.
Oh, oh my gosh, that's so bad. No, that's fine. It's me.
I apologize.
No worries. Thanks, C-Star. Let me keep it moving. I'm like calling him out, and it's the same call. Only Flirtboom. Anyway, let's go to the next call. 412. I like this number. 0999. Who are you? 0999. You've got the coolest number. I want to know who you are. Peace, C-Star.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, I got really. Oh my goodness.
Hey.
I want to see stars on Cypher.
Oh, PC Star to the Cypher. Big up to the Cypher crew.
Christy.
I know you, Christy. Hi, Christy. You got through.
Hi.
This is one of our C-Stars from Cypher. The Cypher.
I'm really nervous.
Don't be nervous. We got seaweed. We got snaps.
Yes. And strawberries and blueberries.
Oh.
Fruit salad.
Oh, I love that. That's good for you. Good for your heart and your spirit.
Peach.
Did you say mangoes?
Juice.
Oh. See, I'm a little jealous right now when you said mango and peach juice. I won't do the peach, but I love mangoes. Oh my goodness. So you're enjoying.
Only reason why I got it because it had mangoes.
I do too. Oh my gosh. I know, I have such an affinity for mangoes.
Oh my goodness.
So what's up, C-Star?
This is the third time I talk to you. Man, it's a lot going on. There's so much going on with me.
What's going on?
I feel everything that's going on around in this dimension, like the topics and the stuff that we talk about on Cypher and stuff like that, and I connect with because I finally got on Patreon and I peeped what you were saying in the last video about. I ain't gonna say the names.
Yes.
Because that's you gotta be on there and stuff. But
Patreon, I blew spots.
A whole bunch of stuff, and I finally got on there today, and I was like, I'm kind of a little stuck because I kind of thought I was doing it right the first time, but it didn't. I thought it didn't go through, so then I did it again.
Yeah.
And it's like I got two of them, two accounts on there.
Oh.
I'm trying to
delete one. Yeah, delete one.
I can't, and I'm like,
oh my gosh,
I'm going back and forth trying to figure this out and stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Maybe delete both. Delete both. And then redo it again. Don't keep the accounts because I don't want you ever being charged for that. Delete both. Delete them both. And then come back on as one again. Don't keep the accounts like that because I don't know what that'll do to you. I don't really know too much about. I just know I barely got on it because it takes me so much longer. to figure.
I barely made. I was messing up left and right. I'm like,
I know.
I'm not no tech either.
Me either.
I normally get it, but this I was confused and based on confused.
It is. It was weird because it makes you set it up in a certain way. So, but I can't share everything. Just like when I did it, they shut me down off YouTube. Just like when I set up, like when I show a little thing, I don't talk about. Yeah, they shut me down. I showed my toy, and I've never seen them shut down so quickly. That was hilarious. It's a testament that they really pay attention. Big up to YouTube for paying attention.
Yeah, that's somebody. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's because you got trolls that are watching.
Oh.
They're on it because I went on. I ain't gonna say the entity.
Yes.
That got kicked, booted out the country. That's all I'm gonna say. I went on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a friend. I'm a friend of his.
Many of us. Yeah.
I don't really interact with him. I just watch him.
Yeah, everybody does. A lot of people do. Yeah. They want to see the buffoonery. They like to see the train wreck. A lot of people, he thinks a lot of people are subscribed to him because they like him. A lot of people are subscribed to him because they want to watch a train wreck. They're amused by his insanity. That's all it is.
No, like you said in the beginning, he was in like a little right in the beginning.
Yes.
And then he just went left, all the way left.
You know what it is that
falling off.
Yes. You're right.
He was cool at first, and then he just started being belligerent all over the place, and it's like you just seen his true colors come out. It's like he was just trying to draw people in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then once he got his hooks and got your attention, then he just started, you know what I'm saying, trying to contaminate your thoughts and
he was
thoughts and the way they.
He started off a certain way, and then all of a sudden he's doing biblical quotes. He's quoting from the Bible every live. So who are you?
He was talking crap about
Jesus.
White man's teachings and
he had issues.
Say at people, but he was talking outside of his neck, and you know what I'm saying.
He did
telling everybody not to do this, do that. But then he basically like. What's that word I wanted to say?
He's hypocritical. He's a hypocrite. He'll say one thing and then do a totally different thing. He is. He's a hypocrite. He does things all the time. He'll say one thing. And so, like I said, with his son, and I think because the video turned off with his son, my main concern was when I saw the father, when a child falls or something, most parents, even the worst parents, I've seen parents that are not even attentive, turn when their child falls. Like it's just a natural reaction. This man didn't flinch. He didn't blink an eye. He didn't say, and all I heard is this beautiful little baby boy saying, "Daddy, help me, help me." He said, "That's what you get, little nigga." Who says, people say that, but who says it with no remark or regard for your child? A demon. He calls everybody demons. A demon does that. That's abuse.
He's infested with a bunch of demonic parasites.
Was having sex with everybody. Yeah, he's got succubus all over the place. He's having
infecting everybody.
Yes, unprotected sex. Unprotected. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Just trifling all the way around. Because when I was watching the video yesterday, because I got the heads up on Cypher, I hurried up and clicked on. Went over looking for him, and I looked at it, and I started watching the video. And around 26 minutes, he mentioned he's I don't want to say their name, but they got something to do with, and I'm not giving up my location. Where we at? I was like, I know what you're talking about.
I told you. Listen.
He's talking about us.
Yes, my sea stars. Like I said, my sea stars and sun stars run deep. Don't let the numbers on YouTube fool you. We run deep. We are part of the divine field. You cannot go anywhere and think you are going to sit idly and do your dirt and it's not going to be checked. I told you, we knew people in Belize from the getting. Oh, anybody calling in? Wait, hold on, C-Star, I'm sorry. Anyone calling in? This is your last chance to call in. You got to call 515-605-9881. You have about 60 seconds to call in if you want to call in, add something, talk, whatever, what have you. But we have another hour after this, but you have to call in now. 515-605-9881. Call in now. Okay, I'm sorry, C-Star. So, so you watch the live feed. You watch the live feed. And do you see his new wife? What's her name again? Velvet? What was her name? EJ. That was her name. EJ. Do you...
Who was she with? The dark skin dude
got
beat up real bad.
Omek, yeah, Omek. Yes, he got beat up.
She was with him.
Yeah.
And then he made a sad videos later, and I'm like, you didn't fight for your woman? He really got you punk like that?
He only picks men he can fight, he can beat up. He doesn't pick strong males there. He will never pick a man who could bench press 350 and above. Those are the dudes I rock with. Those are the goons I rock with. He would never pick any of the warriors that I know because he would get his teeth broken. So he only picks men who... Oh, heck yeah.
I don't really fight dudes. All my life. It's like
that's right.
I'm not
word.
Fast, but I ain't no punk.
That's right.
No easy one. Excuse my mouth. And I ain't with none of that crap.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I was looking at the videos of him and the other females explained that he put his hands on them.
Yes. But that's how you know they're not warriors. They're not warriors. What men? Because I don't care what it is. If these men are so divine, they could not sit idly. I don't care how much master teacher you are. If they saw him hitting Yaya was little. She's a little tiny young lady. She's little. If they saw this big man hitting her, did one of them come to her defense? No. Did one of them say, "Are you okay?" No. Did anybody try to defend her? No. So that lets you know the kind of punk. So I don't really feel bad for everybody. Feels bad for Omek. I don't really feel bad for him because, like I said, he called me a bitch on live stream. Excuse my language. And I don't forget. I don't forget what you do. Yeah. When you sit around and you let people listen, you lie around with dogs, you're bound to get fleas. Everybody's dirty. So you talk smack to me, you're disrespectful to me, and you see what happens, you got disrespected by your own homie. That's what you get. You don't do things like that. You don't sit idly and allow other females to get hurt. You don't allow children to get hit. He sat there, so Omek was not holier than thou. So I don't really feel bad for him. But EJ has it coming too, because what you do, when you do dirt, you get dirt. So when you go around sleeping with your homie's homie, she's pregnant now. He's known to shift and move.
I feel sorry for that.
I do.
That child.
I do.
I feel very sorry.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad because
I feel bad.
Yes.
That she done really put herself in she's oh my goodness.
She's the youngest one. Well, she's the youngest one. She was the most influential. She left, and her mother has been going to every social media site to try to appease to her daughter, and it's really tragic because even on his live stream, he says, well, you guys are saying things and it's triggering people in my tribe. It's not triggering them. She loves her mother. You're taking a daughter away from her mother. She's very young. I don't care if she's 18 or 19. When I was 18 or 19, I would do little silly things. I did not have the seasoning of being a grown woman, seeing the world in a totally a more robust perspective. She's young. So she has not seen the world. She has not experienced the world. She
hasn't lived in
no.
She's learning now, but she don't need to learn in that sense.
No.
With the crap that he be doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I went through a lot. Growing up, and it made me the strong woman that I am now.
Absolutely.
I learned my lesson.
Absolutely.
And I'm just. I reflect on a lot of things that I went through in the past, and it helped me through what I'm going through now to avoid certain things and how to act and how to talk.
Absolutely.
And being able to think real quick, you know what I'm saying, on my feet, like to get out of stuff that might try to come my direction so I can avoid it and stuff like that. She Oh my goodness.
She's young.
The only thing
She's young.
Pray for her.
No, well, my thoughts for her is this is what a child who apparently thought that it was better to leave her family to go to a stranger and allow him to infect her mind with his penis. She has to learn this lesson. She has to learn it, and the greatest way that we learn, all of us
don't feel as though she deserves
she does
whatever contaminants that he got.
It's a shame.
That this is going to be a hard lesson for her.
It is. And
she's going to regret it when she do wake up.
Well, the wake up call is when the birth of that baby comes. That's the wake up call we all get. Karma, remember he said on his video, one of his first videos, we all remember it, children are karma. He said that. He said your karma are your children. Yeah. He said that. This young lady will have a rude awakening when you have a newborn. See, women, we can tolerate everything. But when we get pregnant and we get moody and we start seeing things because that baby has a soul of its own, it has its own goals and its own journey. That's why they probably got
to everything.
Absolutely.
Be open and just you try to avoid it. That's how I was when I was pregnant. I didn't want my children's father touching me. Nope. I don't know.
A lot of women. That's right.
You at all night. Then here you come and nope, don't touch me.
Absolutely.
Get away from me.
Absolutely.
I was when I was pregnant.
Absolutely.
Get out of here.
The baby shifts your consciousness.
Go get me some ice cream.
Absolutely. Right? You go service me. Go get me some food, some snacks. Yeah, but that's how it is. That's why I said we don't really have to worry about her. Her karma is the pregnancy. Because the pregnancy and the child will bring her to a better, higher self. It will. It does it to all of us, whether we accept it or not. That's up to her. But I guarantee you, just like I predicted for, what's her name? Pocahontas. I said, Pocahontas was really bright. I said, she's not going to be there, not even a couple months. I was correct. With this one, she's going to be there until she's really, really uncomfortable. And she can't go to a doctor because they have no medical. Mind you, she's a young lady in a different country. When you're pregnant, if something happens to the baby, if something happens, because there's all kinds of things that can happen, especially when you're not being under the care of a doctor or OBGYN. I mean, you got to think about that. Absolutely.
His infected self.
Absolutely. You don't know.
Type of harm that the unborn fetus is going to.
We hope. We wish for the what? We don't know.
Oh my goodness.
So that's her lesson from leaving her nest egg and being defiant to her mother and the rules in the household she came from. She's gone to another household with more rules and more limitations. She doesn't realize it because she's having sex with him. But when she has that baby, we all know as mothers, the rude awakening is right now. She's about to be unfolded. Because when you're uncomfortable and he's making you sit in front of a camera for 3 hours while he does his rants, she's not going to be tolerant of that for another couple months. I bet you in like a month or two, she's not going to be able to sit in the camera for that long, or she's not going to be able to tolerate his rants, because we all get like that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting. I predict that right when she's at the end. I think right towards the end is when she's probably maybe want to go to mama, because that's when we all become that baby has her ancestors and her grandmother is her ancestor. That baby's going to want its mama, grandmother, and it's going to propel her spiritually to go closer to her mother. Who's to say the Belize scare was the baby's motivation, the baby's spirit pushing her to come back home? We don't know. Mm-hmm. So we will see. I hope, like I said, for the child's sake and the mother's sake, I always wish them well, regardless of anything. I do. I have to state that. I do wish well for her. But again, I see who she chose to mate with, and karma is interesting, especially when they were beating on somebody else's child that just left their facility and they couldn't handle crying at the facility. You're going to have a newborn in the middle of places with no medical and no access to anything, help or assistance, her family. Good luck.
You don't got no money.
No.
They ain't like here. We'll bill you, but even though they be doing crazy crap that really trying to be seeing people here, they definitely ain't gonna do that. She gonna want to. You're right. She gonna be leaving.
Yes, the end of that pregnancy. We all get there. I remember at the end of my pregnancy, I didn't want to leave my room. I just wanted orange juice with ice and some. I remember I like peanut butter and jelly and orange juice and ice. I didn't want to leave. I just want to sit there and eat. And I remember my husband coming home. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm in the rocking chair in the same place that you left me." I didn't want to move.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like, "You didn't get out?" I was like, "I went to the bathroom and that's it." I was ready. So she will.
See, I was around my mom.
That's right.
I would just be to myself. I didn't want to be bothered with nobody.
That's right.
Children, my baby dad pop up, leave me alone, get away. Bye, peace out. I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to argue, none of that.
No. Someone asked me.
Even the sight of them used to repulsive.
Sometimes, because if their behavior is reprehensible, we feel it. The baby and our sensory is kicked up by 3 times. So our sensory says, someone said, "Am I worried about him hurting the baby?" I'm not worried about him physically hurting the baby. I'm worried about his neglectful nature and his selfishness. Sociopathic and narcissists only care about self. So I don't think he's a vampire. He is.
He wants that energy.
He does. He wants attention. Attention. Yes.
That energy.
Yes.
Not just from the people that's around him down wherever he's at in this world.
Yes.
But just even on Facebook and YouTube. He absorbs that.
He does.
You know what I'm saying?
He does.
That's what he wants. He want to be something. He think he's somebody. He's nobody.
Yeah, he craves attention, and we do have to speak of, and I think I've spoke to this before, is that
he's a con artist.
He is, and remember, we have to talk to. She's going in on Nature Now.
That's all he is. He's a roach.
Yeah, she's going in on Nature Now. But remember, like in the video, it's so funny that he was mad. Did you see how competitive he was with her? He was like, "I'm someone's child," because the mother was saying that's her child. He got jealous and he was competing with her in the video. "I'm someone's child. Why are you competing with her? That's her mother calling out for her daughter. That has zero to do with you. That is a mother who gave birth from her womb for that little girl, EJ. She is craving and yearning for her daughter to come to safety because she's concerned that your narcissistic, sociopathic behind might lead her to her own demise or even death. So, of course, she's looking for her baby, but you're not someone's baby, and that's why you're so mad. And I'm sorry to say it, but had his mother been living today, we may not even see Naturr Boy because he would have been nurtured enough to not show up in the world in such a detrimental way. I'm being honest. And I don't like to say it, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's just too much. But I wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
Like I wanted to tell you something. Like about a week ago, I was asleep. Well, I was like sleep. I was in and out. I'm always up around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I know that's bewitching hour.
Yes,
I
right.
automatically get up at that time.
Yep.
And I'm real sensitive to the unseen and stuff. My grandmother, I used to sit with her all the time when I was little. She'd tell me stuff. I think I mentioned it to you before because I told you about me astral projecting. Yeah. I've been doing it since my mom's mom passed away when I was like 5.
Wow, that's good.
But it's been like really rough these past couple, like I would say a month.
Okay.
I felt myself drowsy, but I didn't want to go to sleep. But it's like I was being forced to go to sleep.
Okay.
And it's like it was like I was being forced held, like go to sleep, but I'm fighting not to go to sleep. And I had to shake it off and jump up. I was on the couch when it happened. And it happened again a couple of days later. I'm like, what is this? Like, why? It's like something. It's the same feeling I would feel when I would astral project, but this was different.
Okay.
Like I was being forced
Something
that, like, don't get up, like, forced to lay down and go to sleep, but I didn't want to go to sleep. And like I said, I shook it off. The second time, I just jumped up like, what is this?
Uh-huh.
And it just bugged me out. So, like a week and a half ago, I was laying on the couch again and stuff. And next thing you know, I had in my right ear was like a high-pitched big noise. I'm like, what is that?
Communication.
He wasn't on or nothing.
Yeah, communication.
I'm trying to hit my ear, put my finger in it, jingle it around.
It makes you nervous. Some people get nervous. Yeah, you get nervous because you want to make sure it does stop. Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, yeah.
So then, like, I would say a week and a half after that, I'm watching TV, get tired. I was like, turn off TV. And this was when the blizzard came up here. It was like 2 inches or whatever, but other places, because I'm in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. You get that snow.
3 here.
Okay.
And everywhere else got like 2 feet. So all of a sudden, I smell this fish. Smell like a man. Ain't no man in my house.
Ooh.
I got a 17-year-old son, but he sleeps in the room.
Yeah.
And it's like it was right around me. So I'm like, yeah, I know my house ain't, I know it got little grass and stuff, but I'm like, this smells too close. So I'm looking around, and I ain't gonna lie, I had wound up getting up. And I'm looking around, I'm like, what is that smell? It smell like a man is like really close, like in my house.
Okay.
I'm looking around, see nothing. I'm checking everywhere. So then I turn around, I'm like, no, probably just a car or something. I goes outside, ain't no cars outside. There wasn't no tracks. No footprints. The snow fell. Looking around.
Yeah.
I'm like, this don't feel like this is kind of creepy. So I go in the back and I go down the basement because in my basement I got a bottom deck.
Yeah.
And you can go out the basement doors. So I'm looking around, I don't see no footprints. I'm like, what is this? Because I'm gonna say this, my hearing is messed up, but my nose is real strong.
Okay.
And I'm just like looking around like this kind of creeped me out. So I came back and locked everything down, boom, 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 boom. Looking around like, okay, cool. Everything's cool. So, like, I would say a couple days after that, my daughter went to the store. This is my youngest daughter. She's 14.
Okay.
She's little. Everybody thinks she's like 11, 12 because she's so short.
No. Yeah.
She walking up the hill, and she sees this tall, white, bald man.
Okay.
And she said something told her, as she was walking up the hill, turn around and look again. She said she turned around, and she said he looked at this, where it was a tall black man.
Oh.
Black and bald.
Okay.
She said he was white and bald. Then she turned back around. She said he was black and bald. She came in there huffing and puffing.
He shapeshifted. He
started telling me, and I'm like, what the hell going on? And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was younger, I had experience seeing we used to live in an apartment building, and the housing project I lived in, we lived on the 3rd floor. Our door number was 299. The building number was 655. And when you come out the front door, you like, I know I'm jumping around, but I'm only get to the point.
Yeah.
But you come out the front door, you're on the balcony. Then you make a right and you go down the steps to leave out the building. But this day, I was anxious to get outside. I go outside. I think I was like about, I would say 7.5, 8. Goes outside. I looked down because behind the apartment building was a giant field. The giant field was a perfectly burnt circle. Huge. perfectly burnt circle. So, me, I was always an explorer and I like to investigate stuff. I goes down. I walks around the circle. And I remember to this day, even when I realized when they start showing crop circles and stuff as a teenager, the swirly pattern, how the crop circles would, the grass or the crops would be swirled and flattened. That's how this inside the burnt part of the circle was.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And it did, and my brother wound up coming down. He walked around the circle. We didn't walk in the circle. I watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind and stuff like that. I was always enthusiast of sci-fi and stuff like that when I was little. Mm-hmm. But I just observed it. I'm just like, wow. And I would say this. I have like time-lapse memory from before that, when I was little. It was like I told you, I felt like I started astral projecting when I was 5.
Okay.
Then, like I said, when I was 7 and I had 8, I synced that. And then I would always see little things and sense little things, but my grandmother always told me them was spirits.
Okay.
I always either lived by a field or a cul-de-sac.
So you had the end, so you could see things in fields, yeah. Things could hide.
I was told,
Things could hide. You had places where things could hide in the field or at the end of a road, so it wasn't so notable.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like right now where I live at, I'm at the end of a dead-end street.
Why do you do that? You're doing that. Yeah, it's interesting.
I picked it.
Yeah, why'd you pick it? Why'd you pick it?
Because my son is autistic.
Okay.
And he likes to jump off the car. I don't want him running.
Okay.
Because all the other places, like this one other place I lived at, he almost got hit a couple.
Aww.
Like, because the cars wouldn't stop.
Yes, I agree. I'm sorry.
So
yes.
Being on a dead-end street would be better.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I don't have to worry about two-way traffic. Only, you know what I'm saying, the residents on the street, and they always drove slow.
Yes.
Anyway, because even like when I was in Georgia, I used to live in Austell, Georgia. Mm-hmm. I was at on the street that had a cul-de-sac in my backyard was like a football field. And then like over the trees there was like a lagoon, like a pond, and he had these tall Georgia pines and stuff. I had a experience down there too. But it just got me wondering and thinking. That's why I connected so much to you and your group, and I reached out to you, and I'm glad that you got the group and you accepted me in the group. Because a lot of the things and stuff that y'all talk about, it makes sense to me now. I'm trying to figure out, am I a contactee? Have I been abducted?
Okay. Well, I think.
Am I being watched?
Yes, I think it's a combination. I think you just when you're seeing, first of all, you had something outside which was patterned almost like a what could be a crop circle. Then you also had remnants of something trying to. It's not that they're trying to put you to sleep. It's a mode of frequency changing. It's called the influx of frequency. Sometimes it feels like you are going to sleep, or it's pushing you, or something's propelling you to go under because you're not matching the frequency, and it kind of puts you, it lulls you to sleep a little bit, or tries to. It's almost sedating you, kind of, sort of. Now, some beings do that overtly.
It felt like I was being sedated. I had
okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
When I would go I know. Fighting.
Okay.
Like, wait a minute.
I know, but we could talk about this all day. I know. No, that's okay. But I've got to move on because everybody's waiting on the call, so they're already. No worries. No.
I'm gonna send you an email.
Absolutely.
More details of a lot of stuff. But like I said, I thank you for having this group. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For me to really to meet people and talk to people and hear other people's stories.
Absolutely.
Because I connect with it. Because like you said, in the dominant melanated community, they don't talk about this.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You will be ostracized if you talked about it.
You do.
There's something wrong.
Well,
I just want to thank you.
Absolutely. They'll talk about you and they'll make you feel like you're less than human or you're crazy. So it's a great.
So this is the first time I was really talking about it publicly.
I love it. And this is where the platform, we accept that because we know that it's relative. We know that it's actually happening and we want to hear about it so we can relate it to something and also help our sister, a C-star, so that she can make it through something that could be in a difficult time. It could be some contact. It could be your level of awakening. So we want to make sure we're all in alignment with that. But thank you for sharing, C-star. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you calling in.
No, thank you. I'm sorry to take up your
time.
Thank you. I'm going to send you an email.
Absolutely.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, peace. Hey, family. I know you always get me like, Fleur, okay, all right. So let's go to our next caller. Thank you for calling in last, C-Star. Big up to Cypher once again. 813-7273. You're on the line with Fleur Broom. Peace, family. 813-7273. Peace.
Hello.
Hey, peace, Sunstar.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Salu.
Salu?
Yes.
Oh, from YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes, hey, Salu. Oh my gosh, I have a voice to go with this is so cool. This is like meeting somebody that you know.
Actually having
Say that again?
I'm actually talking to you Monday.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, how cool is this? So I get to talk to you now and then talk to you then. So what's good? What's going on?
Yeah. So actually, I have a cat, and his name is Merlin. And I was flipping through my dream journal.
I love that.
And he kept putting his paw on this one page. So I guess I should talk about this. I'm shaking a lot right now.
Oh,
this is I had contact with the Zeta Reticulatum.
Okay,
and,
Zetas, yep.
So, what's funny about it is I didn't know much about the Zeta or Graves, and I didn't have like a distinction between them two. But after the contact, when I wrote it down, I put Zeta and not Graves, and I've seen your video about it. So, that was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I have a friend who
Yes.
I've reincarnated with a lot. It's like, I don't know if we have some type of agreement, but we've been with each other like a lot, back to back.
Good, and different incarnations? Different incarnations?
Me and her.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. Me and her were together, and we were sitting in the room, and it was a white room, and we were like mimicking noises back and forth to each other. And what was odd about it is that we spoke to each other as if we always had contact with them together, and it was something that was completely normal.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until later on that I was actually aware of what was taking place. And we were making noises and mimicking like clicking sounds back and forth. And we would tell each other about what we heard or what we might have seen. And as we're doing it, after a while, it's kind of like energy manifesting in the 3D. It's like odd to explain. It was like it almost as if like it was like a film that was between us and then them, but it was the same like room.
Okay.
And they like kind of like manifested. I don't know how to really describe that. They didn't come from anything.
Okay.
And what was odd about it is that as this is happening and we're like mimicking noises, I'm feeling it in my physical body, and I'm feeling like I'm hearing the tones, I'm hearing the clicking sounds, like I'm feeling it. And there's a lot more detail, but I'm just trying to like get the basics of it. And when they came to manifest, we were sitting there, and mind you, it was like we always have contact, like it was something that was so completely normal. Like, yeah, I wasn't shocked, I wasn't afraid. It was like normal. And as they come to manifest, they have this girl. Now, before I finish that part, my mother, when I was younger, she was pregnant with a child that no one knew the gender of the child, but I would always tell my mom that it was a girl, and I would always tell her her name is Ariel.
Aww. Okay.
And I just always knew it was my sister.
Okay.
So I always would say that. oddly enough, she ended up not being able to have a child way early on. She never was able to birth a child. She lost a child.
Oh, wow.
And lost her parentage because I made connections between that and this. And when they showed up with a girl. Now, off the bat, like as soon as we seen each other, I automatically realized I was like, she looked a lot like me.
Wait a second, they took the baby. They took the baby.
Yeah, they took the baby. And what's odd about it is that when we were talking about the blood connection and everything, I always knew, because I did a lot of like my own like searching and stuff, and I always knew that it was a big distinction between this planet and then other planets. So this planet has like a really strong positive content. That's that OG positive.
Okay.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're GMO or that you're manipulated synthetically if you're negative groups. That's very common, but it doesn't make that.
Absolutely.
A lot of the negative groups go to other planets, other galactic
beings. I agree.
And I come from an O negative line. I'm O negative.
Ooh, galactic blood. So that's what what you call likes to say.
To manifest.
Yes.
Everything in me it literally felt like I tickled. I don't know, that's a great word. It was like I was so many little things. And she literally like whatever was between us, like whatever energetic field was between us that I can like relate to like a glass window or something. Mm-hmm. She completely came through and we were hugging each other. And I was completely unaware of my friend at this point. Like she wasn't even in sight at that point. So I was so stuck on this girl. And I'm like, gosh, she looks so much like me. Like, we look so identical. And I have a lot of business, but like, me and this girl look so identical.
That's cool.
And the only thing that was different about her is that her eyes were a lot bigger and way more chocolate than mine.
Zeta. And that's a Zeta.
Yeah, much more of a stronger texture to her hair. Like we have like really curly Afro texture hair. Yeah. So hers is like really strong.
They hybrid her. That's interesting. That's why you're in contact with the Zetas. Very interesting. Huh.
But I've never heard of like contact from a sibling like that. That's what really struck me about it.
That does happen.
That's what really made me so silent about it.
Yes.
Up until now. Because it didn't make sense.
They do that.
And I asked my mom about it.
Yes. What'd she say?
And, like, she's just completely like she's waking up now because I was always the child that was, like, pushing her to wake up. We went through this really bad time where it was, like, she basically thought that I was on some kind of, like raw to just being some kind of Satanist or some kind of, like, Antichrist because I never was able to sit and just in church I was never that kind of child. Like I always questioned, I always completely disagreed. That was just how I was. That was just how I am. Okay. And I was always very strong in what I believed. And I would always tell her because I had a childhood friend I would always call Frederick, but he was never there. Yeah. So I called him Fred, but I have a tree that I call Frederick, and that's a connection, but we'll talk about that in the teaching session because that's funny. Okay. But Fred was very big and hairy.
Wait, he was big and hairy? Was he a Sasquatch?
It wasn't until I was in 8th grade. Okay. Yeah, Sasquatch. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until I was in 8th grade, and I was addicted to like finding Sasquatch for show and stuff. But it wasn't until I was in 8th grade that she was like, it's time to stop. You don't have a friend named Fred. But to finish the contact, we were hugging each other, and at first, it was still so like airy to where I wasn't really comprehending what was really happening. I was just experiencing it. It was almost as if I was outside myself experiencing it. But I know that I was myself. I was experiencing it more than being aware.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I agree. I understand.
And when I was getting aware of it and I was starting to make connections, I was like, oh, I'm literally hugging you, like we're literally touching, I'm literally here, or I'm literally having this experience. And that's when I started to be able to realize the body heat between us. I started to realize like the actual sounds that I was hearing. And as soon as I realized that, something in me just freaked out, and then I literally just like zoomed out. And this is how I really know my consciousness, like, it was like my consciousness got sucked up, because as soon as I realized it, I like zoomed all the way back, and I felt myself like, I felt my consciousness like hit back into my body.
Okay.
And that's when I just got up. And I was sitting there in the bed, and I was like, what just happened? But I wanted to say that because I was always silent about that concept, because it's extremely odd, and I've never heard anyone talk about a sibling. It was always like mothers meeting their daughter or something, but
well, you had
it was never like.
But I would also the fact of the matter is, I think if you had such a connection to that sibling, this is a being that probably was. You might have also Zetas only get with people that are connected to Zetas. Were you part of Zeta Talk or anything? Were you part of Nancy Ledger's people? No.
No.
Okay, so this.
Like the Zeta. When I was younger, I was love to like look at pictures of them.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
an alien child when I was younger. But I never took it to, and my grandmother, my grandmother,
yes,
she is a huge alien. Like, she was the one that put me on. We would watch.
Did she really? Oh, I love it. Granny. Tell Granny, big up to Granny.
Yeah, my grandmother is an amazing one.
I love it. Big up to Granny. I love it. I love it.
She taught me so much. She helped me ground my premonitions. She helped me ground that.
Yeah.
She's an amazing one.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I never was aware of like my connections. I knew I had them, but it was like I wasn't connecting that they were connections. I was just like, oh, I have a liking for this, and I like this, and I'm attracted to this. But I never really paid attention to. And even as I'm saying that, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 5 masks behind me right now, and they look pretty Zeta.
See, this is what I'm talking about. The Zetas, I actually think she may have been your twin. See, this is when you get Zetas and when you get hybrids, or you get those what we consider to be babies that are taken. That's what I think. I did a whole show on pregnancies that didn't last fully, miscarriages, or phantom pregnancies where the babies are taken early. And they're raised sometimes on crafts or another, sometimes inner earth. It depends on which the beings. But I think personally, this sibling,
is so funny.
Why?
My family, every generation has like 2 or 3 sets
of twins.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my grandmother. 2 sets of twins, 2 boys and then 2 girls.
Yeah, I think this is your twin. I think it's a twin. That's what I think. I think she's connected to you because of that, more so than anything else. And I think you probably, just like she's mixed with Zeta, she may look more Zeta-like, but I personally know that Zetas don't make mistakes. They have a high amount of technology. They utilize technology very efficiently. Yeah. They're not like governmental agencies that make F-ups. They mess up and they just throw it away. No, ETs are heightened in that.
I'm sure I noticed that they were tall. Like, everything, like, all the details about them are not the short grays at all. And that's funny that I made that distinction, because I didn't think about that. But then when I watched your video and you made it clear that grays and Zeta were 2 separate things, it was like, oh, okay.
They are. They're different. Zetas are beings. They're beings that are living beings they're not robotoids. They're not beings that are replicated beings made from each other ET groups. Zetas are their own beings. They're from Zeta Reticuli. They come from their own solar system. Yeah. They're more like insectilians. So I know that because I had a brief contact with them. I think I told you when I took a picture of my little one in bed, and it was a Zeta in the camera, right in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool, but I was down with Zeta Talk, all the people from Zeta Talk. Nancy's Ledger, I actually talked to her live on a show. So I was down with them. So Zetas tend to they get very interested. They're very interested in those who are interested in them. So, you know, if you're down with Zeta people.
I also have pictures.
Yeah, check out Nancy Ledger.
I also have pictures too.
Wait, say that again?
Nancy Ledger. I also have pictures too, which is funny that in my old phone.
Yes.
I was burning some herbs and the smoke kind of making up the Zeta face. And I just clicked randomly. I was just clicking them, and as I was looking back over them, I realized it.
Oh wow! See, they do that. They show it. They actually show up on pictures more than the other ET groups. Hold on, I've got trolls on my We've got trolls showing up. They're doing symbols. They're trying to trigger something here. I think this. Where are the? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Carlos.
No worries.
Yeah, we have. You know, YouTube has sometimes the ET groups. There's certain factions of groups, especially if we're talking about certain things. And also, a lot of these beings could be connected to nature knot. So, oh, okay, he's got it. So I think this is fascinating.
Came from that too. It was like later on that day.
Yeah.
And I like to take naps sometimes. Like sometimes in school and I don't work that day, I always take naps before I start anyway.
Yeah.
And it's what I call, and I'm not exactly sure about it, but it feels more of like a past experience. And I was some kind of like aquatic thing. I was very between the lines. It was very like masculine and feminine. Mm-hmm. And what was really the kicker about this is that I opened up this box and I had like a whole. I was like on the beach. I had this whole like little setup, and I opened up this box and I pulled out this mirror. It was like an old hand mirror, like a little vintage one.
Yes.
And it was really clear and it had shells. And then the box, it was more like a chest, but it wasn't huge. It had so many different like big shells and sparkly things. And that came like that day later on. So I don't know like if the contact sparked a memory or what, but that was very interesting.
Now that's cool. The aquatics, that's a whole nother realm. That's a whole different conversation. It could be an indication of a connection. Maybe you said you got the box first. What came first, the box or the dream? Or which part?
Oh, that was in the dream.
That was in the dream. Okay. It might be.
The box was in the one that I had later on that day when I got home.
Okay. This is interesting. It could be a connection. Then again, I'd have to talk now that connection would maybe be something grandma may have some. Is grandma passed away or is she still with you?
Oh, we have to talk about that when we have
oh my goodness, we have we're going to have a good conversation.
There's a lot that I'm not saying that would make a lot more sense.
Yes.
A lot that I already know.
Because
I don't really want to say right
no,
now,
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Okay.
Because there's something that just made me feel connected to ask about Granny. But let's talk about that when we talk Monday. we'll get more intricate on the Kiki session.
Like I know that I have a Creole and Afro-Hispanic background.
Okay.
I know that Cuba and Louisiana Free.
Ooh.
I know that.
Ooh, that's rich.
As far as everything goes,
this is going to be interesting. Well, I look forward to our conversation. I'm intrigued right now because I know something just intrigued me. Anyway, Sunstar, thank you for calling in and giving me a preamp.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna make me. I love you too. You're making me obsessed with this. You know, I'll obsess with it all weekend now. I have these moments where I'll obsess with like topics or things. Now you've intrigued me, so now I'm going to be looking in another foxhole to look for gems regarding this topic. All right, love. Thank you for calling in. I'll talk to you Monday. Peace.
Yes. Talk to you Monday.
Aw, what a wonderful soul. There's so much richness in this young Sunstar. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited when I talk to you guys one-on-one. It's, you think that I give you so much, you just can't imagine how much you tell me and fill me and share with me and expand my consciousness. You give to me just as much as you think I give to you. Absolutely. It is a perfectly even, balanced exchange, and I'm so grateful for it. So anyway, let's go to our next caller. All right, let's go to 704-9388. You're on the line with Fleur Broom. Peace, family.
Hey, Fleur.
Hey, Hey, peace, C-Star. Who's this?
Hold on, let me check.
Okay.
Everyone's sleep here. Hey, it's Jay. Jay Flower.
Hey, Jay Flower. Hey, C-Star. Cypher's in the house. Cypher's showing up tonight. This is what I'm talking. I'm well, C-Star. What's going on?
I really wasn't even expecting you to answer. I was just like, okay, she might not.
Absolutely. Cypher's on the. You guys are in the wave tonight, so I had to. You're right in alignment. Cypher's showing up.
Right.
Yes. Oh, everyone's saying hi. Everyone's saying hi to you on YouTube. Everyone's saying hi to you. Carla said hey. Hummingbird. Love. They're all saying hey.
Hey, what's up, guys? The crazy thing about the last caller was I had Zeta contact not too long ago, like maybe 3 weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Yes. Like,
something's going on.
Crazy because as soon as I had the contact, you made that video.
Are you serious?
But yes, and then this connection from the previous caller aside from the one that just called in.
Yeah.
Like I had the same feeling as they were trying to lure me to sleep.
You guys are getting contact
with
Zetas. What's up with that?
Yeah, what happened was I laid down with my daughter, just really got her to sleep, and then I was trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know how I've been telling you about like my vision and stuff like that?
Yes.
How like I can see the God particle pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I seen a whole bunch of atoms, and then they started forming of what would appear like
yes
as a gray.
You have the sight. You apparently are. You might just be a seer. You just might have just an open. Your pineal gland might just not be calcified like 90% of the population. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, it's not as calcified because I did work and made sure that I was able to have these experiences. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it was just really crazy because all of a sudden, like in my mind's eye, like I just started seeing two grays or zetas appear in my peripheral.
Interesting.
In my mind's eye.
Do you think?
My eyes are closed.
Yes. Do you think it was now? What makes you think it was a zeta as opposed to a gray? Let me know what you feel about that.
Because that was just the first name that popped in my head.
Okay, that's initially. A zeta. That's a zeta.
But then I was like I always think of zeta, but then I say zeta gray. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But the first name that popped in my head was zeta.
Okay.
Whenever I was having the experience, but then I didn't really get to elaborate much on it because as soon as I noticed it in my mind's eye, I just fell asleep.
Interesting. They're getting in contact. I'm wondering why.
Yeah, it was like I was being forced to sleep.
I'm wondering if it's a connection because you're part of our cipher and everything's relative. And this young man also is connected to me because the ET groups like to stay. Our connection to each other, unbeknown to us sometimes, is from a greater, higher standpoint, meaning that some of us in the future, or even our genetic makeup, are connected to specific beings. And even though we don't know it sometimes, we are very connected to those who have the same connection. So the fact of the matter is, most people of color never say that they're connected to Zetas. That's a fact. You go amongst all the UFO conferences, everything, you will never, ever hear of many brown people connected to Zetas. I find it interesting that as we're at a different cycle, remember, we know what the cycle is. Home court advantage for more so women, and also women of color will sit in a higher standpoint. It's interesting that Zetas are now showing up with people in my group. I find this intriguing, and I don't know why.
I was shocked.
Huh.
I was shocked because, like you said, that's not something that you usually see in the Black community.
No. No.
From my knowledge, like, it just looked like the classic representation of what an ET looks like, with the dark eyes and the larger head.
Zetas look like that. Yes. This is interesting. I'm a little.
I don't know.
How did you feel? Let me ask your feeling. Like, what was your initial? You had they disclosed themselves to you. That's why you knew what they were. So, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But how was your feeling when you saw them? Was it a feeling like anxiety? Was it feeling like, okay? What was your initial feeling? Can you remember that initial feeling?
I was just shocked. I was like, what the hell am I seeing right now? I was just really surprised. I'm like, oh my God, not again. Not again. That's what my first reaction was. Okay. But a couple of days before that, I had what I would consider demonic attack. Like, I was having some really bad dreams, and I was waking up and my nose was bleeding.
What?
Just things like that was happening. Yeah.
Okay. I don't like this.
And my nose never bleeds.
I had nosebleeds before, and that's a sign of contact. That's a sign of that could be implantation. Something implanted you. You got tracked. You got a tracker. Does your nose feel any way now? Like when do you touch your nose? Well, I had that as a child. Nosebleeds was my biggest issue as a little girl. And they said it was allergies, but now I realize I had a level of contact, that they were tracking me before because they knew I was connected to a particular group. So I'm wondering if this may be the case.
Huh. Yeah, like I've been, well, a couple of weeks ago, like about 3 weeks ago, this all happened. I was having dreams that, like, I was fighting in the military, like I enlisted into the military, and I was like fighting. You know, I was just.
Wait. You were
like in a military.
Back up. You said you were in a military setting?
Yes.
Okay, this is, you got, I personally think that you might have been tracked, governmentally incepted upon. And I even think the young lady, now you're making me think that the young lady before who said she was being lulled to sleep, she might be being tracked as well by governmental agents. Because the negativity is not...
And my nose, it did feel funny too.
Your nose felt funny afterwards?
Yeah, my nose felt funny. Like, it felt like there was like a scab or something, like, on the inside.
They did something. Do you have any, okay, so you had nightmares before, because that's your mind telling you, even if they try to erase your mind, you still have remnants of it. When people are abducted, that's abduction. When people have abductions, you still have remnants. The nightmares are usually like parts of your mind trying to disclose it to you, tell you that something's wrong. This, I think, is abduction, and now it makes me think that the other young lady might be abduction, and I don't know if that's a Zeta.
But the thing is,
I don't know if that's a Zeta.
I didn't really feel, I don't know. Zeta was the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah.
But nosebleed was before the contact with the Zeta.
Maybe they knew this contact was coming. See, they use Project Looking Glass, and that's what I'm saying. The government either comes before or after. People always think the men in black come after. It's not always after. They come before because they have Project Looking Glass. They know when a person's going to be contacted. Kind of like in a Matrix. They can preempt it. So it could be that they knew you were getting contact.
And I've just been going, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, love. Go ahead.
No, you first, please.
I'm thinking, my mind it's intriguing, but I'm a little disturbed. I'm bringing every bit of intel that I have. It's almost like my mind. I lose a lot of memory when I'm on site, but I've got so much in the archives. Every file in my head right now it's recycling right now. It's saying, okay, so this is reminding me of something, what you're telling me. Now, what's your blood type? Can I ask you? You told me this before, right? What are you?
I can't find it out. Like, no one would ever tell me. The doctors, and they just refuse to give me that information.
Did your grandmother do weird stuff? Do you have a granny that does weird things like lock herself in a closet? I'm being honest. I'm not joking. Do you have a granny? No, or a mom who does weird things or hides things or does ritualistic things?
No.
You sure?
No, not at all.
No.
My mom, she's like pretty scared of like the spiritual world and stuff.
Do you have a sister?
And no, I have brothers. My dad's side of the family, my aunt on my dad's side of the family is O positive.
Okay.
And I've had connection with Saturnian.
Ah, okay. Something's going on. You're
You know that?
You're the one with the cubes, right? Did you talk about the cubes? Were you the one talking about the cubes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You have something going on and they know about it and they're tracking you and they're putting stuff in you. I've been there, done that. That's an abduction. And I don't know.
And I've been pissed off a little bit because I haven't been able to like have any dreams or connect to my higher self.
Oh, they're disconnecting you.
Since that happened.
They're blocking you. Okay, so what can... See, this is when I need Dr. Del... This is when my heart breaks because Dr. Del Blair was the one I go to for this. That's who I used to go to. I call him like 4 o'clock in the morning to ask him what to do with you. First of all, no one can do anything to you without you having some sort of agreement. Okay, so let's state that. But your awareness of it is not there. It's not present. This is what concerns me. I need you to recall. I need you to literally try to recall. This is when I'm going to give you the advice that usually Barry gives. I need you to do a regression. You need to go in for a regression and find out some of these memories because I have a feeling they've abducted you, they've tracked you, and you need to find out why. Because I can't tell you. It's you've got so many different factors, and I don't know your blood type. You're saying your mom and grandma. Usually, this falls alongst the matriarch's line that they do this. You don't have sisters, so something's going on.
My grandma, I never really spent too much time with my grandma on my mom's side.
Okay. Why? Why was she? What was she weird? Was she weird?
Because she died whenever I was young.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She died when I was young.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I was asking my brother about her the other day, and he said that she was very, very spiritual.
There you go. Okay.
My mom was telling me.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom was telling me that whenever she dreams of her mother, she feels like her mom was trapped.
Something's that cube. I think you might come from something that's trapped in consciousness. You might come from a blood. That's why Granny's always, this is where you got to access Granny. Would you be opposed to getting regression? Are you opposed to that?
No, I mean, there's actually a session that's coming up in my area.
Okay.
But, with my daughter and everything, I just don't have a babysitter.
I wish I was close by. I'm the mommy's mom. I'd be like, listen, girl, I'm going to watch the babies. They're gonna be healthy at my house. And they're not going to watch TV. They'll be out.
And I don't leave my daughter with anybody.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
If I can't do something, I just don't do it.
You sound like me.
Home, go away.
You sound like me.
And the thing is, I've been getting in trouble at what my speaking to is. Like, I just be forgetting stuff, and I'm not paying close attention to the details. Like, my mind is just all over the place. And
you know what? How old is if your little one's not too young? If she's little, is she still little? Little?
She'll be 3 soon.
Okay. Why not do this? This is what listen, I'm a mommy like you. You already know. You talk about paranoid. Yeah, I trump 90% of the mothers of paranoia. What I would do, if you decide you can and it's affordable for you, I would go take a regressionist, bring her all her snacks and goodies. This is what I do, and it worked all the time. I brought snacks and goodies. I had all the Einstein shows, all these colors and shapes and stuff. I used to do that with my daughter. She's bright as a whip now. Bring that, have it timed. So snacks at one time and so on. Bring her in the room with you. Tell them this is the only way you'll do it. Have her quiet to the side. She'll be fine. And I would try this, just if you can. You know what I mean? If you're worried about, or bring a friend with you to sit in the other room with you while you're getting regressed, and just have her sit in the same space. Where mommy's around. You need to do this because something's going on. I'm not too happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with how this is going. And Granny may be, her consciousness might be in a box, one of the Saturnian boxes, because you might be from something different. And the fact of the matter is, I don't know if it's the Zetas that you saw. It doesn't sound like it, but it could be. But again, it could be that, no, because it's a theme of the Zetas. It could be that they just knew you were going to get in contact with Zetas. And it may not be your first time. Maybe you have had contact with them, but you didn't remember, which is more likely than not. So you may not even have the memory of being in contact with them, which they could have been in contact with you from a child, which most likely they would have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've always been intrigued with the way the classic alien would look, when they perpetuated mainstream.
Oh, wait. Hold that.
Especially as a child, like I would draw it,
Hold that thought, love. The phone is going to, because it's midnight. I want to forewarn you because they do this purposefully. Normally, they used to give us time. It may shut off like in a minute. So I just want to let you know because I don't want you to get cut off and think, what did you do, Fleur Brown? It's like 11:59 and I already know what time it is. We got to talk.
Yes, I want to do a Kiki session with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, we need to talk. Okay, so it's gonna shut off. But email. Remind me. Message me on Delgadis because I don't really check the other one.
Okay.
And because I wanna. This concerns me. It doesn't sit well.
Yeah, I definitely would love some help. I mean, I know that I have all the power, and
you do.
Nothing is going to happen with me.
Absolutely.
Without my consent. So
absolutely. We just have to find out where. Yeah, we have to find out where the consent is coming from. You know what I mean? Is it your higher self that has a relationship with the Zetas and knows that this is going down and is okay with it? You know what I mean? Our higher self has everything mapped out. It's us here, this avatar here, that sometimes doesn't get it right away. So that's what I'm saying. It may not be as diabolical as but I don't like things messing with you physically and causing, the nightmares is an indication of something negative, and also the nosebleeds, especially around the time of contact.
It's actually getting in my head.
Yeah. Around the time of contact. Because if you didn't have the nosebleed around contact, I wouldn't really be concerned. The fact of the matter is you're having this happen around contact, which makes me think that it's connected to it. Okay? And there's something
and then
to
I
that.
just went into a really dark place too, around that time. So
okay, keep your thoughts up. When you exhale, make it be an exhale.
Absolutely.
Make it be an exhale of negativity. Make sure you're breathing in light and love. Okay, you're fine. The fact that you're part of Cypher, you have a family that loves you, that's supportive. You have many sea stars who are going through this. You hear people who are having similar stories, so you'll be fine. Okay, we'll figure it out. And if I don't know, I know tons of other people that may know. So that's the cool thing about it, is that I know a lot of others that are in this world, and something may click with them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But just be mindful, and also.
And I'm so thankful for that.
Did I give you the contract? Did you get the contract? The ancestral contract?
Yes, I haven't done it yet. But I'll definitely be sure.
Please do that, because it does talk about this too. So let's do that. Do that immediately and see if some of this stops a little bit.
Okay.
Break any ties, listen. Okay. And whatever group you're associated with, it's 12:02. They never let me go over 12 o'clock. Whatever beings you're down with are letting this conversation, or whatever beings we down with, is letting this conversation go past the clock. They normally delete. They shut down my show at 12 midnight.
And by the way,
yes.
I am very protected. I do have protection around me.
Good.
I literally went 2 feet outside my door and kind of left my daughter inside because I had to run to my car.
Yes.
And there were 2 orbs that orbited around my door.
Aww.
You feel me? So I know that I am protected.
Absolutely.
I know I have protection around me.
I acknowledge that, and I support that, and I know that that's true. Absolutely. So that being said, inquiring minds want to know. That's all it is. The more that you know, and plus we're in the age of Aquarius, we're going into it. We're not quite there yet, but we're fading out of the age of Pisces, which was all about beliefs, things that aren't tangible or provable. right? Just based on MK Ultra, like whatever you've been conditioned to believe, that's what you know to be. Okay, so we're getting out of that and going into an age where everything is what it is. It is, you see it, it looks that way, it sounds that way, it smells that way. That's what it is. That's the age we're going into. So you're more in alignment with finding out this information that would be it'll help you propel, and it'll also motivate you to perhaps seek more information connected to your family lineage. Because I personally think if you're in contact with the Zetas only like Zetas or those connected to Zetas. They're just like that. They're insectillians. It's not personal. It's like a gang member. If you blue, they like blue. If you're red, you like red. That's it. So, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Zetas are not very judgmental. They're not emotional. They're insectillian. They're very scientifically based. So the fact of the matter is, if you are actually in contact with Zetas,
that's exactly how I felt.
Yes,
that's exactly how I felt.
They just study you. But if they're in contact with you, it's because they're associated with you. There's something you're connected to that you're of interest. So that lets me.
Are Zetas and insectillians connected?
They're just like reptilians. They're different. That we consider them to be insectillians. Yeah. They're formed. There's different sects of insectillians. We don't get into that. There's mantis, there's zetas, there's all different kinds of insectillian type of beings. Just like there's lots of different reptilians. The draconians, there's the nega line, there's interterrestrials, subterrestrials, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. But zetas are what?
Because I had that dream about the celebrity and that manifested in real life.
Wait, a dream about a celebrity and what happened?
And the setting I had the dream in.
Yeah.
Or, the coven. I wrote you on Facebook and I told you about this dream I had about this celebrity giving me a wand. And then the setting where she gave me the wand ended up manifesting in her holiday pictures.
Okay, this is something.
And this celebrity is known as
insectillian.
A insectillian.
Queen. Okay. Yes, I remember. You got a connection to that. Can you control men with your minds? With your mind?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With my eyes.
Yeah, that's insectillian of you. How insectillian of you? Insectillians do have that one quality with males that is very heightened in pheromones. And pheromones not as far as smell, but as far as frequency. Their pheromonic harmonics has to do with frequency. And usually those who have insectillian, including zetas, have a wonderful, uncanny way to entrain men's minds. What a blessing for you. Oh, I shouldn't use that word. What a wonderful thing for you.
It actually is, because it never ceases to amaze me. I'm just like, you can definitely get your point across through your eyes, or
I like that.
Projecting a certain thought into someone's mind.
Good. Well, it's I wouldn't say it was good if we were on if we were head of the block, but the fact of the matter is most women have been below the standard of control. So I'm okay with you having that control, because it can only give you a leading start in our new cycle. So it's good. Work it all day. As long as you keep your integrity, be mindful that they do feel pain and sadness like we do, and you're all good. Men get their feelings hurt.
I haven't been worried about that.
Yeah, they get hurt. I have to say that out loud because some of our sea stars are gunning for them, and I have to say, listen, men have feelings. Sun stars have feelings. They do. They may show it differently, and because they've had home court advantage, they've been conditioned to think that their ish doesn't smell, but they feel. So we have to be mindful as we're going into divine feminine and sitting in our new seat in home court advantage, that we don't take a lot of this control in our feminine nature and be resentful and bitter and harmful to the males based on our own feelings or pain that we have not resolved. So, that's why a lot of the purging is happening through these energetic shifts with the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse. It's meant to purge a lot of that baggage so that we don't go in venomous. Because if we go in with the hurt and pain that a lot of the patriarchy did to us, I feel sorry for males. I really do, because it's going to be hell on earth.
Sun stars matter too.
They do. We're gonna make a T-shirt like that. Sun stars matter too. It's true. Someone said stop complaining. I didn't complain. Anyway, C-Star, we're gonna have to talk. But yes.
Wait, before we get off the phone,
yes.
Just one more thing.
Yes.
What the heck can I use to repair my memory? Because I have really bad short-term memory.
No, that's me.
It's starting to affect me at work.
Well, did you notice that we have some things in common? I told you I get nosebleeds when I was little, right?
Yeah.
You notice that on live feeds. You see it all the time. What do I forget? I have short-term memory issues, right? That has to do with being tampered with a lot by other groups. Now, there's not much you can do about it except train yourself to try to remember and try to access compartmentalized parts of your brain, which they probably have information and codes in. Whenever I break a code or I defrag myself, I get apparitions on my body, which you saw. So you have to try to train your mind. You have to talk to yourself. Do the contract first. Break some of those agreements. And then you have to train your mind to try to access those points of entry that have been utilized by groups, unbeknown to you, to keep information away from you, or self-awareness at limited access by you, accessible by you. You just have to train yourself. And some of the techniques you can use, this is when we get into Asian arts, energetic work with Tai Chi, working with energetic fields that sometimes defrags or releases some of that blockage, those caps. Also starting to study sigils. Certain sigils will trigger access to certain synapses, brain points that are being closed to you. So start getting to symbolism, sigils. You might be triggered if you're really enamored by a particular time frame in history, like maybe the medieval times or Kemetic times or Sumerian times or whatever have you, mermaids. Start looking and reading into those things, and what you'll find is that your memory, you'll be able to have better access to your memory because you're starting to be triggered or awakened by information that is raising your level of consciousness and self-awareness, that allows for caps to be kind of like, a cap is like something that limits you. Lets a cap be raised or taken away. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. The first time that I realized that I may have been watched was whenever I was sitting in my car outside the grocery store.
Yeah.
There was actually 2 times, but the first time was I was sitting in my car outside the grocery store. And, I was smoking a little something, but it was very discreet, no one knew. And this white guy, he just comes up and just stares at me in my car. So it felt like 5 minutes, but it was probably like 2 or 3.
He's studying you. You got to watch
her.
The
second time,
he's a watcher.
The second time was whenever I was, again, at Walmart. I had just pulled in the parking lot, and then I pull in, and the car that's facing me is this weird fucking child molester, like pervert looking guy.
Wow.
And he just looked so sketchy, so I just backed out. Okay. And then I went into a different parking space and just parked up and observed. And then this truck comes by, and he walks right by, or he gets out of his car. Well, first of all, the guy that looked like the child molester was on his cell phone. And I think he was telling him my license plate number. So this other guy, he gets out of the car, or out of his truck, and then takes the pictures of my license plate.
Okay, yeah, that's a watcher.
And he tries to do it discreetly. Yes.
Yeah, but for him to do that,
those are the only 2 times.
That's some governmental. See, that sounds like a rogue group, because even the government would be a little more discreet. That might be a rogue group. You got to be careful, because whatever you are dealing with, anytime you're in contact with the ET, whether via you be a hybrid or of each interest genetic wise, everybody knows about you. Everybody knows about you other than you. So there are a lot of groups, and there are rogue groups that are not even associated with the government. They're like outside rogue groups that are just they're researchers or field workers in this realm, and they look for beings that connected to other beings. And I can't say for sure it's a watcher. I know that much. The fact that they did it so out of pocket, kind of like so overtly, makes me think that they're not government. Governments are a little more stringent. They usually have better ways of doing that, better intel. They could take pictures from a helicopter. They could take pictures. Yeah, that's a rogue group. That's somebody that's rogue and might just have intel on you from the future, because there are a lot of beings who access the future. You'd be surprised. And they're not all important people. You have beings that just work on finding futuristic events and knowing who's going to affect things in the future. They just know that. They just do that. That's what they obsess with. Just like people obsess with like Pokemon here. They just do that. So we don't know why they would have an interest on locating you. I'm concerned. I don't like that. I don't like that they're taking pictures. I don't like that that's it's not cool. But we'll find out.
It's really not, and
it's not cool.
Yeah, it's not cool, but I'm just so thankful that I have this beautiful protection around me.
Absolutely.
And my daughter and my family. That's what I'm mostly thankful for.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, Mama. Well, yes, but this is interesting. You made it go to 12:15. They never let me go past midnight. Thank you, Sea Star. You did some magic.
Thank you.
I love it. All right.
I'm so grateful for you and the family.
I'm grateful for you as well.
Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for the love.
I appreciate it.
I know I'm a little crazy.
No more. No, you're not crazy. Oh wow! Wait, you don't even realize we're still talking on the phone, and Blog Talk finished. I don't know how we're talking on the phone. This is crazy. Okay. This is weird.
Okay.
Oh well, I'm not gonna look any goodness, and this is good. Okay, it worked out. I don't know why it's doing this, but it ended, and we're still talking. So, thank you to the Andromedans, because the Andromedans like to do stuff like that. Maybe they felt this conversation is relative, and maybe the group that you're associated with felt like you needed help. So they're making this conversation happen so that help can be just not help, but some more insight on what's going on with you. How about that?
Yes.
This is awesome.
But I just need more information about defragging whatever chips I may have. And
oh my God, Jay.
I think that's why it's going to be.
If you could see what I'm looking at right now, it would bug you out. I said bug you out. That's like a bad ET joke. I'm looking at my phone log right now. I'm looking right now. Not only did Blog Talk ended, your number's not even on here, and I'm still talking to you on the phone. It's not even here. Let me show the family, because I can't make this up, family. Look at this. Wait, I gotta show them, because this is madness. Hold on. Look at this, family. This is ET. This is when you know that, I don't know if I can see. Can I see this? Look at this. There's nobody on the line. Look at that. Look at this. There's nobody there. Look, and I'm still talking to her. Look, family, let me show them. There's nobody here. And I'm talking to... Yep. This is an ET connection. Yeah, it's gone. Whenever that's why I always like to prove it, because everybody thinks we're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and they're like, oh, no, they're making it up. No, I'm not making it up. She's on the line, and we don't even have a line on the phone. This is ET telecommunication. Jay, this is wonderful. Of course, only from Cypher could this happen.
All right. Oh my God.
All right. Well, I don't know how to disconnect you. I guess I'm just gonna hang up the whole phone when we're done, because there's nothing to hang up because your number's not on here. So I'm just gonna click off the whole phone, Jay.
Well, all right.
All right, Mama. Thanks for calling in.
Because I gotta get ready for work tomorrow.
I know.
Thank you so much for your time and your energy and your platform. I definitely appreciate it. And we'll be in contact soon about how to rid myself of these implants or whatever it may be.
Whatever it is, you will find out. Maybe it's not even bad. We just assume it because we don't know. I don't know. You know, we'll see. All right, Mama.
Well, I'll try to connect tonight with my higher self and
please
figure
do.
it out.
Yeah, please do. And share any intel, because this will be interesting. Because anything we learn, we just share with others. That's what we do. So this way, you know, we get other people who go through the same thing. We can kind of tell them how or what it is, if it's connected to something. Because everything's, you know, we usually have similar, especially contactees or abductees, we have similar experiences. We really do. More similar than not. So it'll be interesting. All right, Mama.
I should buy one of those big magnets.
Yeah, well, yes, but I'm a little in the nose, you know, that's close to your brain. I don't necessarily want you doing that there. If it was in your arm or leg, yes.
Okay.
When it's so close to your optic nerves or your brain, that's why they do that sometimes too, so you don't mess with them. Because we'll mess with everything else. We'll mess with things behind our ears, we'll get things out of our mouth, our legs, but when they do it inside of your nose, they're going close to your brain, and it could be, that's why you could not be connected to your higher self. They could be doing something to your pineal gland, trying to keep it from picking up signals or what have you. So we'll figure it out. No worries.
All right, well, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, peace, sister. Love you. Now, family, we were just on the phone and there was no phone. Did you see that? We were just on the phone and there was no phone line. The phone line disappeared. Remember I said I never go past 12 o'clock? We went past 12 o'clock. It wasn't even shutting off, but her phone number was gone. Everybody's phone number was gone. This is when ETC, this is what happens when two contactees this is what happens when contactees get in sync with one another. This happens all the time with my other, big up to Barry Littleton. It happens all the time. Ja Vega, happens all the time with my other contactee friends. Every single time we go through this, we get weird things like this. But with Jay, 12 o'clock it ended, her phone number disappeared. There was nothing on there. This lets you know we about this life. So if you don't know, now you know. I know, so corny. Anyway, I'm glad I'm sorry that the first live ended. Big up to those who joined us tonight on Aquarius Rising, the 9th gate. Thank you for joining. I apologize for being so wild earlier, talking about Naturr Not. I just was so passionate about the babies, and I'm just grateful that we have beautiful women in this world who care enough to really stand up for what they know is right. And again, I got to give a big up to a mama called Chief Tava. I hope it's Chief Latava in Belize. She owns a cafe. Big up to her. We honor her. We respect her her strength and her will to stand up for something in the midst of perhaps, you know, he could have bugged out. He didn't. So I'm grateful that she did that. So big up to her. So I love you, family. I'm out. I'm tired. That last phone shutting off, that just did it. So join me again every Thursday. You know how we do. Aquarius Rising, the 9th gate, is every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Join me on Patreon. I make special videos, VIP videos, that I do not share on any of the other platforms, especially not on YouTube. So if you want to get some other intel, then you would have to join me on Patreon. And for those who are, you know, I always give all my other information. And again, for those who, thank you for all those who really are patient with me and requesting for Kiki sessions. I am one person. I know many of you want to talk to me one-on-one. I will get back to you when I can. Remember, it's my planting season. I'm about that agricultural life that supersedes my ET life. I like to plant heirloom seeds, and I'm really, really fanatical about it. So around March, you're going to see me fade off a little bit. I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to be with ETs. I'm going to be with the plants. Trying to get my herb garden kicked off this season a little earlier. So, and I'm trying to do grapes this year, in-house grapes, because all the other stuff would eat it. So anyway, so thank you for joining me tonight. The trolls were out of control. Thank you, Carlos. Carlos was kicking the trolls off YouTube. YouTube was on fire tonight. They sent, I don't know who sent the trolls here tonight. Probably Naturr Not sent trolls, because they had all kinds of codes. They were trying to trigger me with these codes. So thank you, Carlos. I really appreciate Carlos coming out and doing that, because I know he wants to go to sleep, and he really held on tonight. Thank you, Carlos. you really did a phenomenal job because they were off the hook. Yeah, they just kept going back to back to back. Yeah, Carlos was zapping them. Big up to Carlos from Cypher. That's our homie from Florida. So again, I'm out. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next Thursday. Peace.